The second baseman video with Luis Garcia Jr. Um, yeah, Washington Nationals second baseman, super young guy. Definitely part of a rebuilding Nationals team that, honestly, is going to get better with time. Luis Garcia Jr. is a good piece, and hopefully they can keep him. Definitely build around the young guys and make themselves into a postseason contender. Obviously, a World Series contention would be the long-term goal. So, Luis Garcia Jr.'s got a lot of high potential here. Had a great year. Definitely honorable mention for sure. He's 24 years old, 3 years in the league. Has 1 year, $4.5 million. I think they avoided arbitration with him. 140 games played, 500 at bats, 58 runs, 141 hits, 25 doubles, a triple, 18 home runs and 70 RBIs, 27 walks, 86 strikeouts, 22 stolen bases, a 282 average, a 318 on base, and a 444 slugging for a 762 OPS. He had a 2.2 WAR to his name. He did play 129 games at second. He played at 1,086 innings, had 221 putouts, 305 assists, 10 errors, which is a lot, 84 doubles for a 98.1 fielding percentage. So, again, it's hard to play second base. You're in the middle. You're pretty much, you're going to be the guy that's going to be, doing the dirty work and going after, ground balls and, diving for, some heat checks there and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, they are. They are a very vital piece to a team. So, Luis Garcia, definitely, obviously needing to stay away from so many errors there. But again, it's a hard position to play, but he's excelled at it right now. Like I said, still super young. So, I do believe the future is bright in Washington, especially with Luis Garcia Jr. in it. So third in putouts as a second baseman in the NL, fifth in assists as a second baseman in the NL, second in double plays turned as a second baseman in the NL. So overall, defensively, definitely had some web gems to him. So look out for Luis Garcia Jr. in the future. Next person is Brandon Donovan from the St. Louis Cardinals. He's actually a huge utility piece to the team. Can play a little bit of everything. He played left, he played right, he played second and third. So, you can put him anywhere out there. He's going to make some great defensive web gems. Definitely a really, really good defender. Offensively, he definitely had a pretty good stride this year, like a pretty good year for him offensively. I think he gets overlooked on that, mainly on his defensive body of work, which is understandable. But Brendan Donovan, he's 28 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $3.07 million on the contract for him. You're looking at 153 games played, 587 at bats, 65 runs, 163 hits, 34 doubles, 3 triples, 14 home runs and 73 RBIs, 47 walks, 81 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases, a 278 average, a 342 on base, a 417 slugging for a 759 OPS. He did have a 2.6 WAR. At second base, played 56 games, only 56 games. I think that's the reason why definitely should be on at least relevant, but also a top 10 list with a guy that hasn't played that much. That's kind of questionable, But 421.1 innings, 74 putouts, 136 assists, 1 error, 26 double plays for a 99.5 fielding percentage. So phenomenal, honestly, phenomenal job for him when he was at second. He was 8th in hits in the NL, so again, offensive wise, definitely key. It would be nice to see him get a pretty nice contract for what he's been able to do, and just continues to work at it every year. So overall, very deserving of it, and needs to definitely be on the lookout for him in 2025 and see what he does. Mention that we got is Brendan Rodgers, the Colorado Rockies second baseman. So the Rockies are a tough organization. They've been through a lot of rough patches. Definitely not a deep team whatsoever. But they have pieces here and there that just make you look like, oh, okay, well, they could go in the right direction, even though this organization really doesn't make any strides, and it's sad to see that. But Brendan Rodgers is one of those bright moves that they did, and having him in there, hopefully for the long term there, because he is a really good defender, and offensively he's crucial for them. So the offense definitely does not stagger when he's there. So you need to keep a impactful player like that, when you have the chance. Brendan Rodgers, he's 28, 5 years in the league, 1 year, 3.2 mil. I believe it's avoiding arbitration, so he's staying in Colorado. 135 games played, 501 at bats, 67 runs, 134 hits, 29 doubles, a triple, 13 home runs, 54 RBIs, 31 walks, 132 strikeouts, one stolen base, a 267 average, a 314 on base, a 407 slugging with a 721 OPS, and 1.0 WAR for him. When he was at second base, he played 132 games, 1,093 innings, 181 putouts, 342 assists, 8 errors, 89 double plays for a 98.5 fielding percentage. Again, not awesome with the errors, and the fielding percentage is okay, but overall he still had some web gems to him. He was second in assists as the second baseman in the NL. He was also first in double plays turn as a second baseman in the NL. So, like I said, very impactful on the field, very impactful with his bat, with his glove. So, it's a guy that you need to look forward to watching, and hopefully I can see more strides in him, and they can build around players like him to actually make a playoff team. Okay, next up is Xander Bogaerts, who was a top 10 player at his position at one point in his career, mainly playing shortstop. Played shortstop for a long time with the Red Sox, and then going to San Diego to play for the Padres. He's a veteran player that is super impactful for his team still at his age. He's still getting it done though, and it's exactly what you expect. He is still young. He's 32, so he's still got a lot of time for him, and he's got a massive contract still. So overall, though, the Padres, where will they go with this team? I mean, they've gotten to the postseason. They've gotten to the NLCS. I mean, they've gotten close. So it's not like they are not going to be in contention. I believe they'll still be playoff contenders. As long as the Dodgers are there, I feel like they can't win a division, and who knows if they'll even make a World Series. But this is a team that is very valuable, and is one of the best NL teams out there. So, Xander Bogaerts, 32 years old, 11 years in the league, 9 years, $225 million deal that he has right now, which is insane. 111 games played, 428 at bats, 50 runs, 113 hits, 15 doubles and a triple, 11 home runs and 44 RBIs, 28 walks, 79 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases, a 264 average, a 307 on base, a 381 slugging for a 688 OPS, 1.2 WAR to his name. Fielding 85 games played, 735.2 innings, 127 putouts, 187 assists, 6 errors, 42 double plays for a 98.1 fielding percentage. It was okay, but also it was his first year at second, so full time. In the postseason, he played 7 games, both defensively and offensively. 24 at bats, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 167 average, a 231 on base, a 333 slugging for a 564 OPS. Had 59 innings, 5 putouts, 9 assists, 1 error, 1 double play for a 93.3 fielding percentage. Again, he was new. at this position on an everyday basis. He was known as a shortstop. So overall, because of the position change that he had, I could see where there were struggles. I could see where there's transitions. I mean, changing one position to another is not that easy. As much as people think it could be just magically, they're going to be amazing at it. So overall, Alexander, yeah, I mean, I think he can definitely make a top 10 list in this position if he stays at it. And I definitely believe he's an impact player, and yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. Last honorable mention that I got is Jonathan India, the Kansas City Royal new second baseman. Yeah, he's played for the Reds his entire career. Definitely up and down. I mean, had a great rookie season, won Rookie of the Year. Played a very handful of games. Got through some injuries, came back this year, put a really good season together. So having him in Kansas City, I think, is going to be huge. Opposite of Bobby Witt Jr. there, I really believe they were already in playoff contention. They made it to the DS. They lost to the Yankees. This is a team that can definitely climb up and keep climbing into an organization that obviously their ambition is to get to a World Series again and eventually win it. So, great signing for them, honestly. Jonathan India, 28 years old, 4 years in the league, 1 year, 7.05 mil that he signed with the Royals, 151 games played, 533 at bats, 84 runs, 132 hits, 28 doubles, 2 triples, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs, 80 walks, 125 strikeouts, 13 stolen bases, a 248 average, a 357 on base, a 392 slugging, and a 750 OPS with a 1.7 WAR. Fielding wise, 133 games played, 1,137 innings, 217 putouts, 239 assists, 4 errors, 53 double plays for a 99.1 fielding percentage. Really good on both sides of the ball. Didn't get a chance to go to the postseason. We will definitely be able to see that hopefully with the Royals this year. He was fifth in defensive games as a second baseman in the NL. He was fifth in putouts as a second baseman in the NL. And he was second in fielding percentage as a second baseman in the NL. So moving to the AL, him and Bobby Witt, I think that's going to be a great tandem, just like a Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson kind of situation. I do believe India could win a Gold Glove, and he puts another good season together. I could see him winning a Silver Slugger at some point. I just believe the talent is there, and he's got a lot of potential for him, especially going to a team that's in a mode to win many games. Start the top 10 with Luis Ariz from the San Diego Padres. So, Luis Ariz, definitely on here mainly for the ability of what he's been able to do in terms of batting average and hits and being a really tough out man. So, definitely defensively, he can definitely improve. I definitely believe he has the potential of doing that. And he has shown some flashy plays, so it's not like he cannot do that. But he is on here mainly because of the stats that he was able to accomplish in the past 3 years, and that's honestly phenomenal for this day and age of baseball. So Luis Arias, 27 years old, 5 years in the league, 1 year, $14 million to stay with the Padres, 150 games played, 637 at bats, 83 runs, 200 hits, 32 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, 46 RBIs, 24 walks, 29 strikeouts in 150 games is insane. 9 stolen bases, 314 average, 346 on base, 392 slugging, 739 OPS, 42 games played defensively at second, 339 innings, 67 putouts, 103 assists, 4 errors, 28 double plays for a 97.7 fielding percentage. Postseason wise, 7 games that he played offensively, only 2 games that he played at second because the rest was at first. 31 at bats, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 strikeout, 226 average, on base and slugging for a 452 OPS. He did play 16 innings, 1 putout, 2 assists for a 100% fielding percentage. So overall, he's an all-star. He won the batting title this year for the 3rd straight year. 18th in NL MVP voting, first in average in the NL, possibly baseball, first in hits in the NL, and possibly baseball. So I mean, yeah, overall hitting machine. It's almost like he's like this new gen Derek Jeter, new gen Tony Gwynn type vibe in terms of getting him out is almost impossible. Striking him out is almost impossible. So this is a guy that you need to watch in the lineup. You need to pitch with caution, and that's why he's on here. It's really just the ability of being that reliable source of offense on any given day. So, but very deserving though. Definitely deserving of a top 10 spot. For this video, we are going to look at number 9, Gleyber Torres, who is a Detroit Tiger now. So from second base, I believe it was Colt Keith that was playing in Detroit now to an upgrade in Gleyber Torres. This is a Detroit Tigers team that went to the postseason last year and shocked many people from doing that. They're definitely going to be a problem in the AL Central. And the AL Central just keeps getting better and better, except the White Sox. So overall, though, Gleyber Torres, I think he's going to be very impactful for this team. He was huge for the Yankees. Honestly, a big piece of them going to the World Series was Gleyber Torres' production. 28 years old, 6 years in the league, 1 year, $15 million deal for Detroit. 154 games played, 587 at-bats, 80 runs, 151 hits, 26 doubles, 15 home runs, 63 RBIs, 65 walks, 136 Ks, 4 stolen bases, a 257 average, a 330 on base, a 378 slugging, a 709 OPS, a 1.8 WAR. Defensively, this is really what hurt him and why he's so low on the top 10. Even though he is a top 10 member, a huge reason of him being so low is this right here. 153 games played, 1,342.2 innings, 234 putouts, 330 assists. And the big thing that is the reason why he is low, 18 errors, which, definitely led the AL, possibly the league in. 18 errors is a lot for a second baseman. It's not what you want. Even though his numbers were pretty good and the impact that he made was great, that hurt him a lot, man, for me to look at actual second basemen, especially because this is a list of a lot of guys that have elevated their game, so it's a tough list as well, but unique list at that. But yeah, that kind of hurt him. 74 double plays, 96.9 fielding percentage. That was not good. In the postseason, he lit it up. He was honestly very. He was definitely being a hero out there. He was definitely becoming a New York Yankee type legend in a way. Obviously, it didn't equate to a World Series title, but his contribution helped them be AL champs. So he played 14 games, both offensively and defensively. 58 at-bats, 10 runs, 14 hits, 3 doubles, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 10 walks, and 7 strikeouts, 241 average, 348 on base, 397 slugging with a 744 OPS. Did have 124.2 innings, 18 putouts, 34 assists, 4 double plays for a 100 fielding percentage. So, yeah, again, he lit it up, and he actually was very valuable there. He was second in defensive games as a second baseman in the AL. He was second in putouts as a second baseman in the NL, fourth in assists as second baseman in the NL, and fifth in double plays turned as second baseman in the AL. So, yeah, definitely a guy that you want to see succeed, and I do want to see him succeed in Detroit and see what he does. This is definitely an up-and-coming Tigers team, so having a guy as Gleyber Torres is going to really benefit them in the long haul, and hopefully he provides the same or better numbers than he did this past year. So.